Dear Diary, I'm not sure if you remember what happened last time, so let me do a little recap for you. Drusilla is a bitch, tricked Reynolds into hating me, decided to kidnap everyone for shits and giggles, and then took away our costumes and locked us in a briar cage. But Diary, you know that I'm an independent lady, and ain't nobody gonna keep me in a cage. I punched through that wall of thorns and I'm ready to watch the world burn. My first victim is this candy goal sign. Bam! Killed it! Gonna ride its corpse down the mountainside of freedom. At the bottom, it's time to stop, reset, and go get a plan. Number 1 goal, we gotta get our old costumes back. These candy corn costumes couldn't handle a little wind resistance and tore like wet tissue paper. Lucky for us, 2 minion crows carrying our costumes decided to stop and take a break and complain about being hungry, but they don't really do anything about it but sit there. I can relate. I do that on a day-to-day basis, just lying on the couch thinking, man, I wish I had some nachos. Instead of actually getting up and making them, I just lie there and wish they would appear in front of me. Like a food genie would be really cool right now. Damn it, Diary! Let's try and focus on the game. Anyway, this gives us the opportunity to sneak past them and we make our way over to the carnival. But that asshole ticket dude will not let us in without both a $5 ticket and a costume. You're on my list, Henry. You better watch yourself. By the way, Diary, if you haven't noticed, we are currently in East Jesus Nowhere. You do not want to be in the woods on Halloween. I mean, you don't want to be in the woods any time of the year, but definitely not on Halloween. You gotta deal with haunted hayrides and corn mazes, toothless hillbillies, and stores closing at 5 p.m. In the town square, we meet a magical fry guy who offers us a deal we can't refuse. We dress up in a dirty old fry costume and use it to attract 3 new customers to his business. In return, we get to keep the costume and he'll give us each a ticket to the carnival. Sounds like a good deal, so I mosey my way over to potential customers and hit that beautiful sizzling fried goodness to lure them into a fast food trap. But I got nothing. Those kids just stood there, wishing they had fries. Listen, I know you're lazy, but I'm literally taking you to food. Just follow the smell. I tried it on all 3 kids. There I was, pushing away at the B button, but I was getting no response. And I thought, maybe I just suck at video games. But according to the walkthroughs, I was doing everything the right way. Why wasn't it working? And then I found the problem. Apparently, Double Fine made a game update the day after I started my game. And some people were experiencing a little bug with the update. Can you guess what the bug was, Diary? That's right, the French fry costume didn't work. And the only way to fix the bug was to start the entire game over. Diary, you know that I fucking hate replaying games. And if it wasn't for this show, I probably would have been like, fuck you, Costume Quest. I'm playing Happy Home Designer instead. But the show must go on. So I replayed the entire game in one sitting like a human monster. And I decided to switch from the Xbox 360 to Steam just in case that shit happened again. One good thing that did come out of replaying the game is that I apparently missed a material item in the mall for the unicorn costume. So while I'm super grumpy about having to redo work, I'm glad I was able to become a Lisa Frank character. So fast forward, I got those hungry kids over to the fry cart, got my tickets, and was able to trap the crows in the barn with my titillating french fry smell. And I got my old costumes back. Man, this french fry costume is awesome. Plus look at how fucking scary it is. I would not want to tangle with that starchy crab. Once inside the festival, we meet this super cool fortune teller who reveals that he was actually the orange butthole cat all along, and also a scarecrow that I didn't think was important. Whoops. He also happens to be Dorcilla's brother and wants to help us stop her. He tells us to climb to the top of the Ferris wheel and disappears. That sounds like great advice for children. Climb atop the Ferris wheel, children. Your destiny awaits. So we sneak past Evel Knievel and steal his cannon and blast ourselves to the top of the janky fair ride, scaring the monsters off and saving the children, and finding the super secret dark path to the next area. Yes, I definitely had to climb 50 feet in the air to see the path between 2 tents. Good game. In the next area, we find the motherfucking spooky corn maze. I knew it. I could feel it in my bones. If you're in the country on Halloween, 100% of the time, there is a corn maze nearby. But there was a slight twist. We met a goblin who claimed that he doesn't like Drusilla, and if we agreed to find his goblin buddies who had been imprisoned in the corn maze, he'd give us a goblin costume to disguise ourselves with. So we fight off all the crow people, and we even earned 2 new costumes, a vampire and a pumpkin. Mix those 2 with the demon fry, and you got yourself one kick-ass trio. We earn our goblin disguise, and we trick the guard into letting us in. We'll climb all the way back up the dark mountain and head off Drusilla. But Reynolds is being a complete chump, and is trying to go through the portal with her. Listen, you little dweeb, I've been running around this entire night trying to get you back. So why don't you stop being selfish for one flippin' minute so we can kill this bitch and go the fuck home and eat some goddamn candy? Jeez Louise. We finally get to battle Dorsilla and we do defeat her, but nothing really happened to her and she's just kinda standing there and I still have no little brother. Turns out you have to keep bothering her until she battles you again, but this time she calls for backup. A candy-eyed Grim Reaper named Big Bones who's just jonesing for his next hit of Butterfinger. I decided to play that same nasty trick that Dorsilla used to trick my brother. I play a recording of Dorsilla trash-talking Big Bones, and he gets pissed and banishes her and she's just like, oh, okay, and walks off, but not before granting us more power for our costumes. Damn, this game is more twisted than a daytime soap opera. I can't keep up with these double-crossing assholes. It actually takes me 2 tries to defeat Big Bones. He was quite a challenge, but on the second try, we defeated him and sent him back through the portal. And with the help of Dorian, we rode the candy bus back into town, throwing out handfuls of candy to less fortunate children. Once we're back home, everything is peachy. Reynold and Rin love each other again. They both made 2 new friends. Their mother is happy, and their dad still doesn't care about anything but his newspaper. And they all lived happily ever after with a big pile of shitty candy. Seriously, I don't see any chocolate in there. I only see peppermint, suckers, and other assorted hard candies. Nobody likes hard candy, and you know it. That's the candy that's always left over at Thanksgiving. Well, Diary, that was a pretty cute Halloween game. Except for the giant french fry bug right at the end. It was like the video game equivalent of trick-or-treating, but instead of getting candy, they tase you right on their doorstep. Thank you, development team, for showing me pictures of yourselves as children. I often like to have a visual when I direct my hate. And what do I love hating more than adults? Children. And what poor asshole put pictures of their dogs on here? I'm assuming these came from people who were deprived as children on Halloween, because I'm certain these dogs didn't help make the game. Unless they did. Then that would be a pretty amazing trick, and should also be on the cover. Dogs help make this game. Anyway, I hope you have a happy Halloween, Diary. Your friend, Brittany Saturn.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.